We about to get into some topics, okay? We gonna get into Diddy, Cassie statement, Charlamagne statement, which I thought was a good statement on the View, even though I think some people are misconstruing what he's saying. And then we're gonna go through Crystal Mckinney update. So I always wait about a minute, and then we gonna get started. I hope y'all having a good a good Thursday. What's today? Thursday? Yeah, a good Thursday. All right, y'all, it's a minute. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is read Cassie's response. As we know, he did a dry apology to Cassie. He wasn't allowed to say her name legally, but he also said he did not want her forgiveness. So we already know that wasn't a real apology. But this is her response to saying all the support she's gotten as well. So it says, thank you for all the love and support from my family, friends, strangers, and those I have yet to meet. The outpouring of love has created a place for my younger self to settle and feel safe now. But this is only the beginning. Domestic violence is the issue. It broke me down to someone I never thought I would become. With a lot of hard work, I am better today, but I always will be recovering from my past. Thank you for everyone who is taking time to take this serious matter seriously. My only ask is that everyone open your heart to believing victims the first time. It takes a lot of heart to tell the truth out of all situations that you were powerless in. I offer my hand to those that are still living in fear. Reach out to your people. Don't cut them off. No one should carry this weight alone. This healing journey is never ending, but this support means everything to me. Thank you, love, always, Cassie. Diamond, yes, you took my advice. Wait, what you mean, Diane? What demo? Sorry, I can't. Content's getting a little blurry. Dime M. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. What you mean you took my advice? Like coming on at this time at 12? Or what? Wait, let me know. Because if 12 needs to be the time, I'll make it 12. To make tour videos longer. What you mean? What you talking about? To make tour videos longer. What tour video? Oh, to make my videos longer. Are you talking about like in general, like the ones I post daily, or to get online longer? Baby, you gotta let me know. I need specifics. But yes, I'm gonna try to 12. Is 12 a good time? Because I tried to do 11, but 11 wasn't working. Because it was kind of, the ones you post. Okay. Yeah, I'll make them longer if that's what y'all want. Like more information. I could definitely do that. So that was her apology, y'all. I felt it was true. It was very much true. It's good to believe the first time. And even if you don't want to believe, no problem, Dime. And even if you don't want to believe the victim the first time, don't just shut them out. You know what I'm saying? If it's going to be fair, be fair. Just say, I don't believe the person and I don't believe the perpetrator. But don't not believe her and then say, no, he innocent until proven guilty. Then you're just picking a side at that point. Like, if it's going to be a plain field, let it be a plain field. Stay quiet until you get the information if you don't know. That too. Just don't say nothing until you get all the information. That's another good point as well, child. Because a lot of people were saying and trying to create doubt in her story instead of just staying neutral, instead of just waiting for the information to happen, So the next thing I really, really want to get into is Charlamagne video, right? Because I understood what Charlamagne was trying to say. And I think a lot of people are just emotional now. So they're like, and Diddy has gotten away with this for so long. They're like, no, we're not trying to hear that. But hear me out on what I think he's trying to say. And y'all let me know if y'all agree. Okay, y'all.
What are your thoughts on everything going on with Diddy right now?
I think when it comes to that situation, man, I think we shouldn't focus on the individual. We should focus on the issue. Because I think what happens a lot of times is, because of the celebrity, we get lost in talking about the celebrity and not talking about the actual issue. The issue is domestic violence.
Yep.
The issue is exactly what I just said about, men not going to do the proper work on themselves, and they're dealing with a lot of pain and a lot of hurt and unhealed trauma, and they're projecting that pain and that hurt onto other people. The issue is patriarchy, right? Because as long as you have a system where men feel superior to women and they're dealing with that pain and they're dealing with that hurt, they're going to project that. We're going to continue to project that onto our women. So I think those are the issues that we should be discussing as opposed to talking about the individual. And we tend to do that a lot as a
Now stay with me. Stay with me. Just listen to what I'm finna say, right? I agree. And I think that Diddy deserves to get everything that's coming towards him, right? After seeing the video and knowing that he gets that violent and that aggressive and have that much rage, right? But Diddy is just a player in the patriarchy, which is why Charlamagne is saying you have to attack the patriarchy, right? Diddy, Dan Schneider, R. Kelly, the rest of them, they're just players in the game, right? There can always be another if you don't break down the patriarchy itself. That's what it was given for me when I heard it. And a lot of people were like, no, he's paid off. No, somebody want him to switch sides. I don't think he's switching sides. I honestly feel like that's the better alternative, right? Because you think you a man, hey Amor, because you think you a man, you think you have some type of dominance, some type of power over a woman, right? And get into this, because I'm gonna talk about this right after this. Crystal McKinney, her lawsuit just came out, more details came out, and I'm gonna read all the damages she's coming for, right? But one of the main things is they coming for is gender. This is based off the New York Victims of Gender Motivation Protection Act, right? And in this act, it is pretty much saying they should have protected her. They should have implemented policies and procedures to prevent this. They failed to properly train and supervise and monitor their agents and employees, and that they knew that Diddy was not a good fit to be over women when he acts like that, right? So patriarchy going at that, I agree with Charlamagne. I agree, because like I said, they can be another person, right? As long as they have the patriarchy to move the way that they do. So I just wanted to get that out. Y'all let me know what y'all think, because I agree. I honestly agree. What are we talking about today? So I just read Cassie's statement about towards Diddy apology, and she was pretty much saying, believe victims the first time when they tell their story, and that she appreciate all the support and the love. And right now I just played a video of Charlamagne went on The View today and was like, well, not today, yesterday. He went on The View and was like, we should attack more the patriarchy than R. Kelly. And a lot of people are saying like he's paid off, he changed his mind, because prior he said he wished Cassie had a pew. That's what he said. He wished she had one in her bag somewhere, to defend her. But the following day, he's saying that we should focus more on patriarchy than Diddy. And I'm just saying I agree, because there's going to be another Dan Schneider, another Epstein, another R. Kelly, if the patriarchy itself isn't brought down, because they're just players in the patriarchy. They get to benefit off the patriarchy because they're a man. But if you attack the patriarchy itself, they won't have anything to, put them up, But that's what we're talking about. Then after that, we're going to go into the sixth victim, Crystal McKinney. I talked about her previously, but we really didn't have that much information as far as like damages and exactly what they're going after, but now we do. So we're going to go after that, go into that after this. But yeah, I think people emotions are high, and rightfully so. And I think they're like, no, we need to get on him. He didn't got off years, which he have years and years, and nobody said nothing. No, we need to focus on him. We need to focus on him. So I think that's just where they at. And I understand that perspective as well, right? Because it's like, nah, it's been too long. But I also agree with Charlamagne. If we attack the patriarchy itself, then they won't have nothing to stand on. Yeah, more. It's a Diddy day. I hate it. I hate that for me. It is a Diddy day, child. But let's see. But we can get into Crystal McKinney. This is the 6th person that came out. I just did a video on her yesterday. But like I said, we didn't have that much to go off of. But now I have the actual lawsuit. So I was able to go through. The damages are A through G. And I'm going to just go through the damages itself. Hold on, y'all. But yeah, this is the actual lawsuit. But I looked through it already. Everything in this way. Beyond. And that's why there needs to be, what's the word of the day? Boundaries. This is why boundaries are put in place for things like this. You know what I'm saying? Because people, you give them an inch, they take a mile. But this is Crystal McKinney. This happened in 2003. She was 22 at the time. She was a up-and-coming model. She did like Macy's commercials and like different known well commercials, right? And some of the things that I found important in the lawsuit was that throughout this entire event, while she was there, yeah, that's why people need to go to church. Yeah, I think people just need to find God for who he is, because I don't want people to tell people to go to church and then they find trauma in the church. Now you can't go to the church. Just find him where you at. If you at home, if you need to do Couchside Baptist, just find him wherever you need to find, because baby, that's going to turn into a whole nother conversation, child. But not saying all churches are the same. Let me clear it up for the saints. Y'all be on my ass. Let me clear it up. But some of them, but let's stay focused. So in the lawsuit, I'm gonna just specifically go over the damages first. So like I said, it went A through G. So A is that she was drugged, sexually assaulted by the plaintiff. And mind you, there's more than one plaintiffs in here, right? There's Combs, there's Bad Boy Records, there's John Clothing, LLC, and Universal Music Group. So it's not just Sean on this. Find Jesus for sure. Yeah, I agree. Find them for yourself, baby. Find them for yourself. Because don't let people represent, and then now you don't want to know him because people that just find them for yourself. Find them for yourself. But yeah, so A. She was drugged, sexually assaulted by the plaintiff. B. Crimes motivated by gender. That's what I talked about a little earlier, but I'm going to break that down some more too. C. Monetary damages, physical injury, pain and suffering, serious psychological and emotional distress. D. Breach of contract. E, punitive damages. F, court fees and court costs. Now again, B, and this is why I agree with Charalamange, because B is gender and it's going under the New York Victim of Gender Motivation Act. That's what I keep seeing through this lawsuit, is them talking about that. And it says, a party who commits, directs, enable, participate, or conspires in the commission of a crime or violence motivated by gender has called action against such party. That's just legal stuff. And then they go through the history of him. In 1992, he founded Bad Boy Records. In 2006, he had the Hollywood Walk of Fame, 2022 Forbes list. And then he go through his accomplishments. Really don't care about that right now, so we're going to move on. More accomplishments. Like I said, it's Diddy. It's Bad Boy Records. It's Universe. Hold on. Oh, where they produced Mary J. Blige. I'm finna say, wait a minute, she in a lawsuit too. But no, they just saying what Bad Boy, because they going through the defendants, right? Just so y'all don't think I'm lying. It's the actual lawsuit. So this is Bad Boy Records. Oh, y'all can't even see the shit. Hold on. Let me turn it around. So defendant Combs, right? And I am a paralegal, have a BA in paralegal studies. Just put that out there. This is Bad Boy Records, defendant. Defendant Universal Music Group. Defendant Sean John Clothing. So it's not just Sean. Breaking news: Sean Singer house has just been raided by the feds in Florida. Wait, when? Also, his house just got raided again. Child, they about to find more tapes. Hold on, I'm gonna look for that information too, Gerald, when I'm done with this. Oh wow. We gonna get into that. So yeah, this Universal, like I said, this is the clothing, and then it just says things about the clothing. That's all these numbers are. And then this speaks on the plaintiff. We could speak on her accomplishments. At the age of 17, the plaintiff won MTV inaugural model mission in 1998. So it was a modeling competition that she won. Shortly after her career took off from that, she began Tommy Hilfiger. She was in Macy catalogs, Cosmopolitan. I couldn't even get it out. But she made appearances on television, film, MTV. And then this one, it starts. In 2003, the plaintiff went as a 22-year-old. She was invited to Men's Fashion Week in Caprignani, downtown. It has the address, too. Sorry, y'all. Designer told plaintiff that he would be introducing her to Combs, what would advance her modeling career. The power dynamic is already there, right? Like, you need to meet him. You need to meet him. He's gonna up your career. For instance, the designer instructed plaintiff to go to Elizabeth Arden to get a root touch to ensure it was platinum blonde. Okay. They handpicked clothes for her. Due to traumatic events occurred later, plaintiff saved the unwashed. So she did. She saved the clothes that night. Of that night, she which was so smart for y'all. Make sure y'all like, follow, hit the notification button. But she saved the clothes that remains in a plastic bag, because even after years, if it's in a concealed plastic bag, they can still get the DNA. Combs make promise of career advancement. This is another power dynamic, right? The patriarchy that we was talking about earlier. It says soon after, plaintiff took a car to downtown where the designer was dining with Combs and other guests. Plaintiff left a little control after the events as she directed what to do, what to put on, what to display for others. So they was pretty much making her go to these events and telling her how to look, down to the hair, to the socks, to the nails. What does that sound like to y'all? Because I know when you at an event, you want to look good, but it's to this detail? I don't know. Once seated, Combs made a very public display of coming onto a plaintiff in a sexual, suggestive manner, which continued throughout the dinner. So her first interaction with Puff was already just, a sexual thing. It said, for others to hear, Combs bestowed compliments on plaintiff by stating, for example, that she was beautiful and that her eyes were gorgeous. Later on, in a more intimate volume, Combs told plaintiffs was going to make it big one day. That she was going to make it big one day. Isn't that what he told Cassie? Y'all see the patterns? Because that's exactly what he told Cassie. Combs provided plaintiff with his phone number and gesture of good faith and promised to help her. Throughout the interactions, Combs was flirtatious, bordering on lingering, and has leaned across the table towards her. Combs also piled plaintiff with alcohol throughout the dinner, and he repeatedly refilled her glass with wine. After the meal ended, Combs told plaintiff that he wanted to get to know her better. Combs asked plaintiff to call him a little bit later. Plaintiff felt confused, but hopeful that Combs will fulfill his promises to help her career. Wow, that's ridiculous. So she's a young girl. She's thinking this is a business type meeting. But the whole time he just flirting with her. But he's also telling her like, I can help your career. I can raise your career up. Now, the title to this is Plaintiff Meets Combs at her studio where he drugs and sexually assault her. So this is what happens that night. Okay, so it says later that night, your first time meeting him. Okay, let's keep going. Child. Later that night, Combs requested Plaintiff to come see his studio, which located, they got the address. Plaintiff felt reassured that she would be with others at the studio rather than alone in a personal residence. So she's thinking it's going to be a team, a group of people with her, and come to find out nobody's there but her. When Plaintiff arrived, she found that Combs and several men seated together. So it wasn't even a bunch of women and men. It was just her and a bunch of men, even though she was told that it was other people. She found that they were passing around a bottle of Hennessy and grass, because I don't know the YouTube language. only know TikTok language. After Plaintiff sat down, one of Combs' associates asked her, "Do you smoke?" Leaves. To which she responded affirmatively. Combs' associate replied, "You never had trees like this before." Ladies, don't you ever, when you outside, accept nothing that you ain't seen put together. And I don't even care if you seen it put together. Don't you ever, you bring your, I ain't trying to condone it, but all I'm saying, if you gonna do it, bring your own. Do not do that. Even with liquor. Like, if you don't see the bottle crack, you don't see the sealed open, I'll wait for the next bottle. But let's keep going. And this is in no way victim blaming. I'm just trying to give just a heads up of what to look for when you outside. You never had trees like this before. Plaintiff later came to understand that Combs had laced the joint with narcotics and other intoxicating substances. Combs passed her the joint and Plaintiff took a hit, which felt very powerful. Although Plaintiff insists that she had enough of that, Combs pressured her to imbibe more alcohol and marijuana by telling her that she's acting too uptight. I hate lingual language. Why didn't they just say more? So yeah, he was pressuring her. And doesn't this sound like his son? Remember his son? His son has a lawsuit against him as well on a charter boat. And one of the women who was working a charter boat said that they kept pressuring her to drink. He grabbed her arm allegedly and made her sit back down and was like, "Personally, I want you." And her boss never helped her. In fact, her boss even lied. So this is just showing same behavior of the son. Let's keep going. Although Plaintiff incensed that she had enough, he said she was too uptight. Plaintiff felt as if she was floating. Seeing Plaintiff very intoxicated, Combs demanded Plaintiff follow him, and he physically led Plaintiff to the bathroom. In the bathroom, Combs forced himself on Plaintiff and began kissing her without her consent. Combs then shoved her head down to his crotch before commanding her to suck it. Plaintiff refused, but Combs pushed her head down on his phallus and forced her to perform oral sex on him. I don't even know what that word. My spelling is just to spell it. His pelvis. Get it together, Shay. Pelvis. Okay. As she was being assaulted, Plaintiff felt attacked and physically sick. Afterward, Combs led Plaintiff back to the studio. Upon standing and walking, Plaintiff felt more and more woozy, then lost consciousness. Plaintiff awakened in shock to find herself in a taxi cab heading back to the designer's apartment. Wow. And who is the designer? And why wasn't the designer with her? That's my question. Because did you know this was going to happen too? Like, did you kind of just sell her? Like, was this like a selling type of thing? Like, we going to set her up. I'm going to give you her for the night. You do your part. And then we going to bring her back to your house. Now, this is what this is starting to sound like to me. But let's keep going. Because there is alleged human and alleged sex trafficking as well. But let's keep going. As her consciousness returned, plaintiff realized that she has been sexually assaulted by Combs. Plaintiff felt humiliated, traumatized, without recourse. Combs' assault has caused plaintiff lifelong harm. Hold on, let me get some water. I'm starting to get tongue. I'm starting to get tongue tied. Hold on, y'all. Okay, it says following the assault, plaintiff model opportunities begin to dwindle and then evaporating entirely. Upon informed and belief, Combs and plaintiff blackballed in the industry and utilized his significant influence to impede plaintiff career growth. Plaintiff becomes severely depressed as she began to blame herself for the assault and for sabotaging her own career. The assault left plaintiff into a tailspin of anxiety and depression. And in 2004, she attempted to unalive herself and she was hospitalized. Everywhere plaintiff looked, she was reminded of Combs' assault, as Combs was an inescapable presence in the music and television and film. In ensuing years, plaintiff has also experienced alcohol and drug addiction as she attempts to cope with the emotional trauma of being assaulted. Plaintiff has also experienced intimacy issues as she struggled to maintain emotional and sexual relationships with men. Plaintiff was married from approximately 2006 to 2010. However, her marriage fell apart as she had mental breakdown, participated of memories of assault. That is so sad. That's so sad. Um, you would think the person would come closer to her and be more patient with her if you truly loved her, knowing she's gone through that experience. But let's keep going. Combs' assault has altered the trajectory of plaintiff's career, denying her a successful and lucrative career in the modeling and film industries. To this day, plaintiff experienced bouts of depression, anxiety, and body image issues, feeling the worthlessness and intimacy issues because of Combs' assault. Plaintiff is a woman of faith, and when she saw news covering the lawsuit from Miss Cassie Ventura, Miss Dickerson Neal, and others, she knew she had a moral obligation to speak up. Plaintiff prayed. Plaintiff prayed to God before bringing this lawsuit. They can't spell God in lawsuits? That's interesting. Plaintiff prayed to God before bringing the lawsuit as she feared further violence or retaliation from defendant Combs, but ultimately decided she needed to speak her truth. Plaintiff seeks justice for herself and for any of Combs' victims. Now, this is the New York Victims of Gender Motivation Act that I was telling you about. Pretty much saying that the gender, well, I'm gonna actually read, a party who commits, direct, enable, participates in, or conspires in the commission of a crime, violence motivated by gender, has a cause of action against such party of any court. So he did it because she was a female. He can overpower him, the patriarchy, you know how society works with that. That's pretty much what this is going into. Hey, Amor, we still talking about this, girl. We a deep dive. The above described conduct of defendant Combs, including sexually assaulting or abusing plaintiff at a music video located in Montana, constitute of crimes of violence against the plaintiff. And they're just going through and attaching her story to those pieces in this, right? They should have protected her. They should have had a policy and procedures. They didn't properly train agents and employees, so they're just going through that in great detail. That's why I'm kind of skipping over it. And then this is the end, so I'm gonna go ahead and start here, and then we're gonna go through the A through G, which I went through earlier, but for the people who just got here, I'll go through those again, and then that'll be the end of the lawsuit. It's 15 pages, as you see here. Okay, so the jury demand. Plaintiff demands a trial by jury of all issues. So nobody wants a judge trial because it can be paid off. So when you're dealing with somebody that's on that type of caliber, you always want to go for a jury trial. Now, plaintiff respectful request as judgment against defendant. So I'm gonna go ahead and read these A through G. Give me a second, y'all. Let me get some water. Okay. A. Declaring that defendant Combs engaged in unlawful practices prohibited by the New York City Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Act, and that Combs drugged and sexually assaulted the plaintiff. That's A. B. Declaring that defendant Bad Boy Records, Sean John Clothing LLC, and Universal Music Group engaged in unlawful practices prohibited by the New York City Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Act, and that they enabled defendant Combs' commission of the crimes of violent motivation gender. So they're holding Bad Boy Records, Sean Clothing, Universal liable for Diddy behavior, saying they enabled it, y'all knew what was going on, etc. Crimes commissioned by gender. That act is huge for this lawsuit specifically, which is why you keep seeing it brought up. Awarding plaintiff compensatory damages for mental and emotional injury, distress, pain and suffering, and injury to her reputation in an amount to be proven. So there's a mental, physical, duress, pain and suffering. Those are all multiple things just in one. Awarding plaintiff damages for defendant's breach of contract. So they don't have the contract down here. So I don't know exactly what the contract is and what they breached. Awarding punitive damages. Awarding plaintiff attorney fees, costs, expensive incurred in the prosecution of the action, which is normal. When I win is what they saying. You need to pay for all of this in the end too. Awarding plaintiff, this is the last one, G. Awarding plaintiff such other and further relief as the court may deem inadequate, just and proper to remedy defendant unlawful practices. That just means that they were practicing and doing things on a daily basis was just unlawful. It deems unacceptable. It's not proper to the setting, to the location. You know, that's pretty much what that means. And this was dated New York, May 21st. Like I said, this just happened. May 21st, 2024. Yeah. So if anybody want to take this time, like I said, it's 15 pages. It's not hard to get through. It's kind of hard to read out loud with all this type of stuff. Back to back with these legal words, child. But it's really not hard to get through if you want to read the information for yourself. I have the case number up here if y'all want to go look at it for yourselves. Because, you know, I like for people to get their own information for themselves like me. So there's the case number if you want to go research it. Like I said, it's 15 pages. Yeah. Index number for my law students who want to go and look at it that way. But yeah, y'all. That was a lot. That was a lot. But I wanted y'all to see the lawsuit for itself, to know that I ain't BSing. You know, this ain't just my opinion. This is what the lawsuits say. Take it up with them, you know. But yeah, y'all. What's y'all thoughts? Y'all got anything to say? I know it was a lot. It was a lot to go through, a lot to read, but I want y'all to hear the specifics. It's a wrap for him. It's a wrap. They came back with that whole victory video thinking it was sweet. Not at all. Not at all. It's not sweet at all. What y'all think about my cup? 5 and below if y'all want cups like these. But yeah, it's a wrap for him. And I know there's more people coming out. And like, this is the 6th person. So we still have to wait and see what's going to happen with these 6 people too. So, man. Oh, but what did she say? She said breaking news. Okay, let me look into that. And if detectives got the tape from his home, that's just not smart. Because what was the point of you taking the tape? To rewatch it? Because you that much of a narcissist? Like, I'm not understanding. So I went on his Twitter. Not his last tweet is enough is enough. He ain't even update this. I'm screaming. Man, let me look into the raid. Oh wow. Dawn from Danity Kane, which I love thoroughly. She said, "Love you, proud of you." She said that to Cassie. And I say wow because Aubrey O'Day is the only person in the group that ever spoke up and never changed her story and stood 10 toes on what they was trying to do to her and the rest of the group members. And Dawn, I ain't gonna say she stood with him, but she's the only worst person that kept working with him. You know, she had her and that other girl. They had like a little girl group for a little minute. So, okay, Dawn, I ain't seen you. You know, you been in the shadows a little bit. I'm trying to see if they talking about that raid she was talking about. How y'all doing on this good Thursday? I know this is heavy. Make sure y'all do something fun today. Or if y'all can't do nothing fun, do something for you. Do something for you because these topics can be a lot. They can be a lot. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Yeah, that might have been just clickbait. Gerald Morris, because I'm not seeing any raids recent. Just the last one. And I'm looking at the major networks too. I'm not seeing anything. Because, I mean, Diddy's son did say in his little this that y'all raided this home when we own the home on the left. So, I don't know if he was like, come get us, or he was just talking. Yeah, I think that's just clickbait. That's just clickbait. I don't see nothing. But overall, over everything I talked about, I really think that they should really listen to what Charlamagne was trying to say. Again, I know this can be a very heightened, everybody emotions is all over the place. But I think they really should listen because I think he has a point. Not gonna come get it. That's what it sounds like. Why would you say that in a song? And this man, the way he was rapping too, he think he Suge Knight. Talking about, I dare you to come at the family name. I dare you to say no Diddy. Boy, they been saying that. Where you been at? Well, yeah, he think he a scary dude. Child. But a lot of that stuff in that lawsuit is what they're saying about the son. Well, I ain't gonna even say they. The person that did the lawsuit, that's what she's saying about the son. That's the most concerning part. Like, he already has a lawsuit on him. How old is the boy? What is his name? With a first name, Christian. Christian Combs. How old is him? 26. This boy is 26. Talking about, hey, big man. Hey, little mama. Earn heels. This boy is 26 years old and already has a lawsuit on him. And it sounds very similar to what I just read. I wonder where he's getting that from. Like, I wonder where he got that thought from, you know, to try that. And I know 50 Cent giving him hell. He done already had a documentary that he sold to Netflix. I wonder, what did he do to 50 specifically besides ask him to go shopping? I know he got mad about that. He was like, I'm a grown man. I can't believe a grown man asked me to go shopping. But what else did he really do to that man that he is trolling him every day? Oh yeah, New York City officials want to the key to the city. They want that back. I ain't never heard of that. That's diabolical work. Now we want the keys to the city back. Cause I seen the documentary series that TMZ did. It was, you know, informative. A lot of people say Jay-Z next. Some people say Jay-Z next. Allegedly he worse. Allegedly he's a lot more strategic. It's too much. I wish Cat Williams would have never did that interview. I wish, it ain't even the summer yet. I wish he would have never did that interview on Club Shay Shay. I wish he would have never done that interview. Like, oh my gosh. But it's about time. Because, I mean, it's been whispers. It's been chatter about Diddy's behavior and him, you know, being able to get away with it. Just like Dan Schneider. And I'm bringing up everybody. Dan Schneider, Epstein. All of them got to go. All of them got to go. And my question is, are they going to be able to use that video to help other cases? Because we know that the statute of limitations is up for Cassie, right? When it comes to that video. There's nothing they can do. And is it too late to charge the hotel? Because y'all had the video the whole time and y'all saw it. And allegedly that's a location where there's an actual security guard watching cameras 24/7. So somebody saw it. Or is it too late? Are they really gonna open up Kim Porter unalivement again? Because they claim it was pneumonia. Around the same time, she had a nice little book. Hey, Christopher. So I'm just wondering. Yeah, I don't see nothing but no Ray. I see a lot of people talking about it though. Even Shaka Khan's daughter said he treated his mom really bad. And let me read you what, and that was shocking. Like, what Shaka Khan do? But Shaka Khan's daughter left a comment under Diddy apology video. I'm glad this happened to you. You got in my mother's face and publicly disrespected her, yelling and screaming like a lunatic. When my little brother tried to get you out of my mother's face, your security jumped my 19-year-old brothers. These may be your darkest days, but I'm singing and dancing, watching your demise. Shaka Khan, isn't it great, Mom? Patterns. Gender. Remember the lawsuit. Gender. Patterns. I see. I'm starting to see what they doing now. I'm starting to see. How are you like the way you said my. Oh, you like. I'm doing good, Christopher. Relax. Relax. But I don't know. So I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to see it because there's not a lot of. Ooh, I ain't gonna get on that. I'm gonna keep that to myself. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that to myself. But I can see where they're going with that gender thing. A whole bunch of women. He has a history of violence amongst women. Y'all be making me feel too comfortable, baby. I was finna slip. Baby, we do got guidelines and procedures over here, okay? Let me see. Now let me know what y'all think about this, right? Looking at all the old videos, right, of during the time that she was being abused, Cassie. She looked real happy. She looked excited to be there. And my whole thought process is that we made Carisha the villain, right? The public has made Carisha the villain, saying she wrong, especially the comment towards another woman who alleged Diddy abused her. So I can understand why people think she's the villain, right? But Cassie said the same thing about Kim Porter. Cassie knew that Diddy was using her to make Kim Porter mad, and she still stayed there, right? Stay with me. So if Cassie's not the villain, do we think why would Carisha be too? And like I said, I can understand why people think that because of what she said to that other girl and how she's in the camera. She looks happy. She looks exciting. Cassie looked like she was happy too. She looked like she wanted to be on his arm. She wanted to be there. So it makes me think like, is she really like need help to get out, or is she stuck, or was she once a victim and now she's turning into the villain, right? She's complacent with everything that she see around her. So I don't know. They just had me thinking because it's like these pages on TikTok just started popping up with like Diddy and Cassie happy times. I'm sure I understand who's behind that. And I'm looking at it and it kind of backfired because I'm like, wait, she did look happy. She looked excited. She looked like she really wanted to. I'm gonna go that way. She really wanted to be there. But then we can say the same about Carisha. And mind you, Carisha's personality is why I think it's hard for people to make her the victim or see her as a victim, right? Because her mouth is outrageous. What she said to that girl was outrageous. But it was said that Cassie had nasty ways toward Kim Porter too. Laughed at the abuse as well. So this is why I'm wondering, like, how do we not know that Young Miami or Carisha might need help? Because they're both doing this exact same thing. Cassie was ruthless with Kim Porter. Carisha was ruthless with that girl who said that Diddy allegedly stumped on her stomach because he didn't want her to have a baby. So I don't know. I just thought process, perspective. You know, that's what I like to get into. Money makes some people excited. It makes people have a false image for money. I agree. But I think that when you're abused severely like that, I don't think money is a thing. I don't know. I don't think money was a thing because the people said that about Cassie. So we have to keep the same energy with all of them. That's why I'm comparing all, because Cassie did the same thing to Kim Porter and Young Miami did the same thing to that girl. So it's like, I think when that type of rage, that type of anger, that type of stuck situation, cover ups, nobody knows what's happening and you're just living in, you know what I'm saying? I don't think money is a factor. That's just my opinion. But we don't know if Cassie was away with Kim, or do we have... No, there's proof. Her friends, a few of Kim Porter friends has said that for sure. It ain't just one person. It's a few people that have said that. So that's what makes me ask, is Young Miami, is she really a villain? Because we've seen the same behaviors, right, amongst the two. Because allegedly he was dating both of them, Kim Porter and Cassie, but it was towards the end of Kim Porter. When I say the end, that's when the abuse happened, right? So what we seen on the elevator with Cassie, that's where Kim Porter was when Cassie kind of came in. So, and it was said that Kim Porter tried to help her, and she didn't listen to her at first, but of course, as she started seeing things that Kim Porter started to tell her, she started to listen to her, and what she was saying. And this is based on people who've been with her for years that I've seen spoke up about this. But man, that's why I say I don't like to look at stuff surface. I like to look at layers into it, right? Because there's so many dimensions to it when it comes to situations and dynamics, power dynamics, the whole patriarchy thing, the legal side of it. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I don't know, y'all. But the more information I get on Mckinney and what they're going to do, because it just dropped May 21st. So this is the second time we're getting more information. And the more I hear, the more I'm going to let y'all know. I'm just break it down. If there's any more lawsuits, if y'all want me to break them down and y'all really want to physically look at them, I can give y'all the case number again, because I like for people to do their own research. You know, don't take my word for it. Do your own research and come back and we can talk about it together. Diddy is a huge minute. Absolutely. Look what he did on stage. I would like to thank Cassie in my darkest time. What? And then you got people. The thing that blows me most is people on the in the front of the stage just cheering. Woo, Cassie! Like what? And oh, did y'all hear Joe Budden? Tahiri, because I used to watch Love and Hip Hop during the time, because I don't watch it no more. I guess too many shows out. But Joe Budden spoke out against the whole Diddy thing, and Tahiri, who we've heard through the grapevine that he was physically abusing her too, and she said it a few times on Love and Hip Hop, but I will have to physically go back and look at his response to see if he admitted it, if he just denied it or not, because honestly I don't remember that part. But yeah, she mentioned that, and she stepped in like, I know you are not speaking on this topic, I know this is that. And he was like, that relationship was years ago, you bringing this up, and pretty much just started coming at her. And it's a lot of women in the industry that are saying the same things that Tahiri. They're not putting names on it, but Erica Mena, and I seen two other women. I cannot think who those two other women was. I can't think of their names, but they were like, it's funny how abusers are speaking against abuse. So it's women that's in that Love and Hip Hop, Housewives of Atlanta, you know, it's in that group of women that are saying that. Like, it's funny how y'all are speaking up now, how y'all saying that this is wrong now. So I'll put a name on it. If it's 2024 and it's the year of it, put a name on it, because you're kind of just letting them off, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a lot of complacency been going on in the industry, and people get nervous now. So now all of a sudden we for it, you know what I'm saying? Women deserve love, respect, passion. Child. But I'm here for it. Expose them all. And I'm not holding nobody down because they black, especially when you're harming the black community. How do you really care for the black community when you're willing to have somebody stay just because they're black? You must not care about the community at all. That just must be a good hashtag you must use, because if you cared about the community, you wouldn't want them in there doing the things that they're doing. You gotta go. You gotta go. And that's all races. But I'm saying specifically for the save the complex. No, you gotta go. You guys to go. And I don't think there's any statute of limitations on murder. So he on yeah, I think I can say murder on YouTube. So they might could be able to reopen. I would have to look that up and see if that's more of a federal or a state law. Okay, y'all. I think that's all the information and tea I got today. So when I get more information specifically about McKinney, I'm definitely gonna hop on. We're gonna break this down. We're gonna talk about it. So it looked like the 12 slot is better. So I'm gonna do 12 every day. Because I did 11. It was okay. The 11 works better on the weekends, I can tell. But I'm gonna do the 12 slot better. But yes, y'all, and I'm gonna continue to do longer videos. Since y'all want more detail on certain stuff in my videos, I could definitely do that. And thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, have them notifications on, and always I appreciate y'all.